Yeah, so since IPO, we've acquired three different platform assets. The first, we acquired Aquacomms, and Aquacomms is that subsea fiber network backbone. Subsea fiber networks, again, they 90+% of the world's data runs on this backbone network globally, called subsea fiber. And we have a position in the Atlantic market, and we're growing that globally. And so that subsea fiber network platform has also made a follow-on acquisition called EMIC One. It's a new network with new customers we're developing between Europe and India. So that's the first platform, if you will. The second platform that we've developed is we've acquired a business called Verne Global, a Nordic data center platform. And Verne Global is operating, has a campus next to the Keflavik Airport in Reykjavik, offering customers very low cost power and ultimately 100% renewable power. And that asset has also made a follow-on investment in the sense that we've invested further capital to accelerate the buildup of its asset base, just given customer demand. And then the final platform that we've invested in is a platform called Sea Edge. And there's really at the early stages, but it's also something, all three of these assets, we've talked about it at IPO, and this one as well. It's at the early phase of its build out, and it's ultimately a landing station driven strategy that's associated with both network convergence points and data center activity. And that first asset is really more of a financial asset in that it has a long-term lease with an operator for that facility with an attractive yield. But we're looking to build out that strategy with further acquisitions as we move forward. Yeah, overall, we're very pleased with 2021 performance. Our total return on an annualized basis, if we exclude the share price performance that we've delivered for investors, is 13.1%. So that's the NAV uplift plus dividends. So the IFRS NAV per share was 104.62. That's the audited NAV for the end of the year. The dividend on an annualized basis is 6 pence per share. And then so when we add all the different components in and look at the share price performance, we delivered a 23.1% total shareholder return through 2021 on an annualized basis. When we look at the underlying assets and the performance there, we're very pleased. Aquacomms, the like-for-like revenue from 21 to 20 was up 8%. Verne Global, the revenues significantly outperforming plan and are up 80% versus 2020. So overall, very pleased with the performance of the underlying assets. Our earnings per share was 9.7 pence per share. And then our OCR, the ongoing charge ratio, still is hovering around that 1% mark, although we're expecting that to pick up over time. Yes, well, we can pick any of them, but Verne Global is a really exciting platform. It's operating in a phase of the data center market that is growing faster than the rest of the data center market, and it also is offering customers a way to cut their carbon intensity. So we're quite happy with that investment. Revenues 80% up year on year. It's outstripping our forecasted demand at the time of acquisition, and outselling capacity for assets that it had in construction. Therefore, we realized we needed to build more facilities faster to fill customer demand. And the customers as a whole are really interesting. And really operating in a slice of the market that really is at the forefront of understanding how to maximize knowledge and learning from data sets within an enterprise. Whether it's an automotive business looking to understand its own manufacturing processes, design phase, through to the customer end use, understand that data set better and learn from that data set. To companies in the financial markets or healthcare businesses doing protein sequencing. And ultimately, we look at this customer base as really as an exciting place to be, because they are, again, at the forefront of not just understanding and mining data more effectively, as we think about the digitization going across the society, but ultimately also doing it in an environmentally sustainable way. Our data center footprint in Reykjavik is 1%, a little over 1% of the carbon intensity of its counterpart, like in the UK market. So significantly lower, and it is because it's 100% renewable energy that we benefit from, with also a low-cost power with long-term predictability. Because the Icelandic power market is not reliant on the hydrocarbon, it's well insulated from the broader trends that we've seen in the broader market with the volatility in commodity prices. So Verne Global is a really exciting asset and investment for us, and we continue to see significant growth in that. And we're looking to not just leverage that existing scale next to the Keflavik airport, but looking more broadly across the Nordics and elsewhere. So that's one exciting platform. The next would be aquacoms. Subsea fiber networks are essential for our digital society. More and more businesses are looking to access their footprint globally or access software and tools that are managed from a global footprint. And ultimately, 90+% of the world's data goes across this subsea fiber backbone, as we call it. And the growth of it is significant. When we look at the cables and the capacities required around the world, we're quite excited about the potential opportunity for a business that already has significant scale and an ability to not just leverage its operating capability, but leverage its sales footprint for some of the largest customers in the world. Again, a tremendous growth opportunity, not just with the existing assets, but an opportunity to deploy more capital and grow out that footprint in a very scalable way. And for both platforms, I'd say, Verne and Aquacoms, what's really exciting is that the capability is already there. And what we're driving forward is this, and why we use the word platform is because you can develop and invest more capital in this growth market that we're in a way that's very accretive to the existing investors. So on the data center side, we can invest and develop a site, like at the Keflavik airport site. We can develop an asset at like 6.5 million a megawatt. That's just a unit of measure for a data center. And then ultimately look to sell and monetize that at roughly 13 million a megawatt. So quite an exciting development platform overall, both with Verne, but we see a similar dynamic with Aquacoms as we continue to leverage the scale benefits as you grow. As an investment trust focused only on digital infrastructure, we only see further growth. The numbers keep going up, even at this relatively stretched time geopolitically. So that growth that we're seeing as society continues its digitization march, ultimately we will continue to benefit from that as we grow in scale and grow in capability across our different platforms. So within our platforms, we're seeing a lot of growth. But we're also now diversifying into other assets and into new platforms, and we'll continue to see further and further growth with that. And as a whole, because we have that experience set, 300 billion in digital infrastructure experience, we're continuing to compound both our experience set, but also our access to new and interesting opportunities across that, both within platforms and then also new platforms. And we're really thrilled by that. It's just it's a great spot to be in the market at the moment, given our specialty, given our capability within digital infrastructure.